Hello students, our next topic is the Human Genome Project. It's also known as HGP. HGP stands for Human Genome Project. In this Human Genome Project, which is HGP, we have to understand few things, and this first you should understand in human being we have the cell, that is human cell, and such type of millions number of cells we have. Each cell contain it one nucleus. It's called the nucleus or controller of the cell. So inside the nucleus there is a nuclear genome. Genetic material is present. It is called the nuclear genome. Whereas in mitochondria there is also the genome present, and it is called the mitochondrial genome. So in human cell, nuclear genome and mitochondrial genomes are present. Now in nucleus there are the chromosomes, and these chromosomes contain DNA. The chromosome contain DNA. First, we should understand what is gene. So, students, we have learned gene is a small segment of the DNA. It's a part of DNA, and this DNA part synthesizes some enzymes and some protein. It code for the particular RNA. So, the gene is a segment of DNA, and this segment of DNA it code for the RNA. This code help for the synthesis of the protein, and the gene was coined by the Johnsons in 1909. Then genome word is used. So genome implies the complete collection of an organism genetic material. So total number of the genes present in organism. Gene is a segment of DNA, and total sets of the genes present in an organism, it is referred as the genome. So genome term is a combination of the gene and chromosomes. This term was coined by the Hans Winkler. So here we should understand gene is a part of DNA code for the RNA and help for synthesis of protein, whereas the genome is a total sets of the genes present in organism, and it's a combination of the gene and chromosome. The terms genome was given or coined by Hans Winkler. Here in this Human Genome Project, we will discuss about salient features, some milestones, some concern and issue, and future challenges in the Human Genome Project. Students, Human Genome Project, as I told you, in Human Genome is a complete set of genetic information for the human. In Homo sapien, total number of gene sets present is called the genome. In human genome is by far most complex and largest gene. The size fed of the length about 6 feet of the DNA, and it contains more than 30,000 of the gene. So DNA material is organized into in human being each cell, haploid cells you will say. So there are haploid cell 23 chromosomes, but diploid cell 46 chromosomes. So here you will see the DNA material is organized into haploid chromosomal set of 22 are the autosomes and one sex chromosome. Okay, so either it is X or Y. So total DNA in 22, 23 and 24. So there are 24 chromosomes. In that 22 are the autosomes and one sex chromosome, either it is X or Y. So total 24. So in DNA material is organized in this chromosome. DNA is organized in the autosomes, 22 pairs, set of 22 pairs are autosome. So DNA is present in the autosome, and DNA present in the sex chromosomes also. Sex chromosome is X also, and sex chromosome is Y also in the male. So the total 24 chromosome it has the DNA content. Then DNA sequence, it means the DNA sequence are human genome sequence, and in human DNA there is a sequence, and that sequence in 22 autosome and 2 sex chromosome. So the size of the DNA fragment, it's a 250 kb to more than 1000 kb, kilo base. Okay, so 250 kb to one more than 1000 kb. So you will see in such in the chromosome the size of the human genome sequence is 250 kb, are in between 250 kb and 1000 kb, are more than 1000 kb also. What was the Human Genome Project? So, what about the HGP? Human Genome Project was an international research effort to determine the sequence of human genome. The project was for the determination of the sequence of the human genome and identify the genes that it contained. Okay, so in human being, what are the different type of gene, how many genes are present, and different type of genes and their function, this is identified. Okay, so sequence, determine the sequence of human genome and the identify the gene, it's a important task of the Human Genome Project. The US Human Genome Project is a 13-year old, which is coordinated by the Departments of Energy and National Institutes of the Health. So there is a milestone history of the Human Genome Project. The birth of this Human Genome Project 1986. It was initiated as the joint effort of US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health. Genetic Privacy Act to regulate collection, analysis, storage, use of DNA sample and genetic information is proposed in 1994. Wellcome Trust has joined the project in 1996, and thus the Celera Genomic company, private company founded by the Grastventer, formed the sequence much of the human genome in 3 years. Completion of sequence of chromosome 22, the first human chromosome to be sequenced in 1999. Completion of working draft of this entire human genome was done in the 2000, and the analysis of the working drafts are published in 2001. So HGP sequencing is completed and project is declared finished 2 years ahead of schedule in 2003. So it is the milestone history of the Human Genome Project. Students, there are many goals of the Human Genome Project, such as to identify all the genes in the human DNA. So in human DNA, different type of genes are present, so identify all the genes. To develop the genetic linkage map of the human genome, to obtain physical map of the human, it means what is the distance between the gene, how the genes are linked to each other, and these are the goal, as well as to develop technology for the management of human genome information. So how the genome information of human being is managed, that is also goal of Human Genome Project. To know the functions of these genes, determine the sequence of 3 billion chemical bases pair that make the human DNA, to store the information in public database, develop the tools for data analysis and transfer related technology to the private sector. So Human Genome Project goal is to know the genes, know the function of the each gene, to store the data of the gene, and this data can be utilized for the different sector. Okay, so these are the goals of the Human Genome Project. Human Genome Project is said to be mega project. This is called the mega project. Why it is called the mega project? Students, we know that 3.3 into 10 to the power 9 base pairs present in the haploid cells. So DNA contain 3.3 into 10 to the power 9 base pair. So if the cost of sequence are base pair, requires the euro dollar 3 per base. So as I told you, 3.3 into 10 to the power 9 base pair. This is in haploid cell DNA content. So if cost of the each base pair is euro dollar 3, so total cost of the all base pair will be more than 9 billion euro dollar. It is the cost of human genome project. If the cost of sequencing require euro dollar 3 per base, so estimated cost of the beginning. So total estimated cost of the project would be approximately 9 billion euro dollar. This is the one why it is called the mega project. Number two, if the sequences are obtained and that sequences are bases are obtained, so the sequence where have to be stored in the book. If the obtained sequence were to be stored in the type form of the book, so generally data we keep stores in the book only. So if the base sequences, human genome base sequences we want to store in the book, so we require the book. Each book is having the 1000 pages. What type of book we require? Each book is having 1000 pages, and each page is having the 1000 letters. What does it mean? The if the obtained sequence were to be stored, we required the book, and that each book is having the 1000 pages, and each page it contains the 1000 letter. So such a type of 3300 books will be required to store the information of DNA sequence. If data of the DNA sequence we want to store, so we require 3300 book, and each book contain 1000 pages, and each page is having the 1000 letter. So it is the big one project. Big information we have to store, and that is called the mega project. The enormous data is stored in the high speed computed device. Now the enormous data is stored in the high speed computed device for the further analysis, and hence the new department of biology has developed called the bioinformatics. Now nowadays the technology is increases, so whatever data we are collecting, whatever the data, genes and their function, this data we are collecting, so this data is storage in the computer. This data when we storage in the computer, that data can be utilized for the further analysis, further more study. So that branch of biology where the enormous data is storage in the computer device, which can be used further for the data analysis, and this is called bioinformatics. It means the biological information, the sequence information data is storage in the computer, so that branch is called bioinformatics. It was launched in 1990 and completed in 2003. So human genome project, the project was coordinated by US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health. Wellcome Trust of the UK was also the major partner for the human genome project. Other countries have also contributed their effort for this human genome project. So many time question come, why human genome project is called mega project. So we should write what will be the cost of the project and how much book will be required to storage the data. So these 2 points show that human genome project is called the mega project. We have mapped the genome of different organisms such as yeast organism 6000 genes, E. coli bacteria 4000 gene, Cyanobacteria elegans that is the 18,000 gene. Okay, Arabidopsis thaliana it is 130 million base pair, and Drosophila melanogaster that means 13,000 gene. So in these organisms we have studies about the genes, and we have identified this number of genes in these different organisms. Now, in Human Genome Project, methodology is used, and that methodology, two approaches are there for the methodology. One is Express Sequence Tag. It is called EST. Express Sequence Tag or EST. And another is sequence annotation. These are the two important methodologies which are used for the Human Genome Project. Now, what is express sequence tag means? One approach focus on the identifying all the genes that express as a RNA. Here we should understand we have to identify all such genes that express as the RNA. They refer to as a express sequence tag, ESTS. Express sequence tag means identifying all the genes that express as a RNA. This is the first methodology. And second approach methodology is the sequence annotation. What is sequence annotation? The other took the blind approach of simply sequencing the whole set of genome that contain all the coding and non-coding sequences, that later assigning the different region in the sequence with the function as terms referred to as sequence annotation. Students, in express sequence tag, I told you we have to identify the gene that express as a RNA. And sequence annotation is a blind approach where what happened? Total whole genome, total number of genes present in organism. So sequence the total whole set of the genome. Either they are the coding gene or non-coding gene. Some genes code for the protein synthesis, some are not coding for the protein synthesis. Suppose exon are the coding gene segment and intron are the non-coding sequence. So here sequence annotation is what? Sequence annotation is the blind approach of simply sequencing the whole set of the genome. That genome may be coding sequence or non-coding sequence, and later assigning the different region in the sequence with the function. And then we are telling the which segment are functional and which segments are help for the coding and which segments are not help for the coding. So sequence annotation is a sequence, the simple sequencing the whole set of the genome that contain both coding and non-coding sequences. It is called sequence annotation. So express sequence tag and sequence annotation, these are the two blind approach for the human gene, two approaches of the Human Genome Project. Human Genome Project EST, Express Sequence Tag. You can understand what is Express Sequence Tag, and these are processes. Uh, Tissue, from the tissue we are collecting the mRNA, from tissue mRNA, and this mRNA is copy of complementary DNA. Okay, so it is tagged as the EST. So express sequence tag EST, a short subsequence of complementary DNA sequence. So EST is what? EST is a short subsequence of complementary DNA, because RNA is formed from the DNA only. So mRNA is a complementary copy of the DNA. So a short subsequence of complementary DNA. Express sequence tag to identify genes transcription. Here we are identifying which genes help for the transcription. Instrumental in gene discovery and gene sequence determination. So here the genes and their sequence we are determining. Approximately 74.2 billion ESTs now available in public database. So it is the gene bank on January 2000, all species approximately 74.2 billion EST. Okay, express sequence tags now available in the public database. Another you will see this one, as I told to you, sequence annotation. In sequence annotation, it's a simply sequencing the whole set of genome that contain coding and non-coding sequences. So here also you can see it is in eukaryotic transcription. There are two exon and intron segments. So exon are labeled with the green. So green colored block are exon, and in between exon the black color it is intron. So exon is a coding segment and intron is a non-coding segment. So during the RNA splicing, what happen? The introns are removed and exons are joined. It means coding segment. As I told you, exons are coding segment and they are joined, whereas introns are removed. So in complementary DNA, you will see the DNA, then copy of complementary DNA is formed. So in such cases, the fifth prime and third prime, the fifth prime is fifth UTR, untranslated region, and third prime also there are the untranslated region which give the stability here. So fifth prime and third prime, near the fifth prime and third prime there are untranslated region, whereas exon are the coding segmented line. So thus the mRNA molecule is synthesized, which is the complementary of the DNA. So during the EST stack, we must remember that the exon and intron, which are the coding and non-coding sequences, that sequences introns are removed and exon are joined. So we are getting the complementary DNA, and this complementary DNA help to synthesize the mRNA. Now after this, in human genome project we are using the some vectors. So what are vector? Vector is a DNA molecule that has the ability to replicate in an appropriate host cell and into which the DNA insertion is integrated for the cloning. So generally what happen in biotechnology, vector is a one carrier molecule where DNA is inserted and that DNA is transferred to the other organism. Okay, so the vector is a DNA molecule only where DNA of one organism is inserted and this DNA is transferred to the other organism by the vector. So vector help to transfer the DNA from one organism to other organism. You should understand. So in vector more detail we will study in the biotechnology. So in human genome project also some vectors are used, and YAC, it's very important, yeast artificial chromosome, it acts as the vector. Bacterial artificial chromosome BAC, for genomic sequencing first DNA fragment of the genome must be cloned in appropriate vector. Two of the most popular vectors are used in the human genome project. It is YAC, yeast artificial chromosome, and BAC, bacterial artificial chromosome. So these are the vector. What happened with the vector? Vector is actually DNA molecule. In this, a DNA of other organism is inserted and then this DNA is transferred to the other organism. Okay, so this is called the carrier molecule or vector. Yeast artificial chromosome and bacterial artificial chromosome, these two are having the commonly used vectors in the human genome project. So few differences we have to know. Yeast artificial chromosomes are genetically engineered chromosomes derived from DNA of the yeast and Saccharomyces fungus. So Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So this is not the fungus. So this derived from the yeast. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the name of yeast. So YAC are the vectors which are genetically engineered chromosomes derived from DNA of the yeast. It is obtained from DNA of yeast. And YAC are used for cloning very large kilobyte DNA segment, 1000 to 2000 KB DNA segment. If we transfer, in such cases these are used and they are unstable. But bacterial artificial chromosomes is engineered DNA molecule used to clone DNA segment in bacteria cell. And this vector are used to clone the DNA insert up to 300 kilo base. So if segment of DNA are large one, then we are using the YSC, and if fragment of DNA are the small, we are using the BSC. So BSC obtained from the bacteria and YSC is obtained from the yeast. Okay, so these two vectors are used. In Human Genome Project, there are some steps. The steps involved in the sequence annotation. Sequence annotation is what? As I told you, the sequencing the genes, coding or non-coding gene. So for this one, the steps we have. First one, DNA of the human cell is isolated and it is cut into fragment by the endonuclease enzyme, restriction endonuclease. So first the from human cell DNA is isolated and this DNA is cut into fragments by restriction endonuclease enzyme. This is the procedure of sequence annotation in Human Genome Project. Then these fragments are combined or cloned with the vector, that BSC or YSC suitable host bacteria is, and it can also done by PCR also. So we should use the DNA fragments we have isolated, and this DNA fragment is inserted in the vector DNA where BSC and YSC are used. Now fragments were sequenced using the automated DNA sequencer that work on the principle of the method developed by the Frederick Sanger. What happened? This arrangement of the sequence is done automatically according to the rules or principle given by the Frederick Sanger. The sequences were then arranged based on the overlapping region present in them. So these sequences are arranged in that particular region where overlapping occur. Then the computer based program were used to align the sequences. So what type of sequences are there, how the arrangement of the DNA bases is there, it is comes on the screen of computer. Okay, so such type of computer based programming is done to show the sequences, and these sequences were then annotated and assigned to different chromosomes. So this sequence of the genes on different chromosomes we come to know by the sequence annotation process. So sequence annotation is this is the sequence of the fragment of the DNA on the chromosome, and thus we come to know that what are the sequence of the DNA bases NB or coding or non-coding fragment on the DNA we come to know. There are some salience feature of the Human Genome Project. Human Genome Project contain 3164.7 billion nucleotide bases. Average gene consists the 3000 bases, but size up very greatly. Large non-human genome being dystrophin at 2.4 billion bases. So in this one gene, there are 2.4 billion bases. Total number of gene estimated 30,000 to much lower than previous estimated 80,000 to 1,40,000 gene. Almost 99.9% nucleotide bases are exactly same in the all population. So Human Genome Project, these nucleotide bases are very useful. So almost 99.9% nucleotide bases are same in all people. The function are known more than 50% of the discourses. So whatever genes we have discovered, scientists have discovered, we know the function of about 50% of the gene. Less than 2% of the genome code for protein. So all the genome, all the genes, they do not code for protein. So less than 2% of genome code for the protein. Repeated sequence make up very large portion of human genome. So what happened in DNA? there are such sequences which are repeated again and again. So they are called VNTR. Okay, are this type of variable number tandem repeat. So you should understand the base sequences are repeated again and again on the DNA. So repeated sequence make the very large portion of human genome. Repetitive sequence are stretch of DNA sequence that are repeated many times, sometime 100 to 1000 times. They are through to have no direct coding function, but they shed light on the chromosome structure, dynamics, and evolution. Here you will see in DNA there are the some stretches sequences which are repeated many times, 100 to 1000 times they are repeated. As a protein synthesis, they do not have the coding function, but they are very important to make the structure of DNA, dynamics, and the evolution process. Chromosome 1 has most gene, so largest genes are present. More number of genes are present on the chromosome number 1. It's 2968. And why chromosome has very least number of the genes, 231. So many time one mass question is asked. So which chromosome has the most gene and how many, and which chromosomes have the fewest gene and how many? Okay, scientists have identified about 1.4 million locations where single base DNA differences, SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphism, pronounced as a SNPs, occurs in human. This information promiscuous revolutionize the process of finding chromosomal location for disease associated sequences and the tracing human students. As I told you, 99.9% base sequences are same in a population. So 0.1% base sequences are very different, and that differences make the unique to the person. So the DNA of one person will not match to the other person. Why? Because there is a 0.1% differences, variation is there. So here it is said there are the 1.4 million location where change is in the DNA, and when the change is in the DNA it is called single base DNA difference. And SNPs, single nucleotide it means variation is there. Okay, so little about the polymorphism we will discuss regarding the fingerprinting. Here you will see 99.9% base sequence are the same, but there are 1.4 million location where the base sequence are differences. So 0.1% differences is there, and that differences is in 1.4 million location that differences is occur. It is called single nucleotide polymorphism. So SNP word is asked for the abbreviation. So in human genome project these are the some features. Now in human genome projects we have some applications and future challenges also. Application is the human genome, gene structure, their function. If we come to know, then many genetic disorder can be identified and diagnosed. If we know that this is the gene of cancer, so scientific way we will isolate a gene and then we will recover from the disease. So many genetic disorder can be identified and diagnosed. This is the application. It will be possible to study how various gene and protein work together in the interconnected network. By the Human Genome Project, we come to know the gene and their function. So, which gene, what is the function, and how the one gene is interconnected with the other gene's function, that become possible. Effort can be taken by observing the cancer causing genes and their response for other cell. So genes which cause the cancer and how these genes affect to the other gene, that can be analyzed. Making up genome of non-human organism can be lead to an understanding their natural capability that can be applied toward solving challenges in the health care, agriculture, energy production, and environmental remediations also. It means not only in human being but also in other animals. If we come to know their genes and their function, and that will be useful in the field of the healthcare, agriculture, energy production, and environmental issues also. So these are the application of the human genome project. Human genome projects are, we are having the some challenges also. Human genome projects, we have the some challenges also. So future challenges, what we still don't know. We don't know the gene number, exact number of genes. We don't know how many genes are present, what is their exact location, and what is the function. How the genes are expressed, we don't know. Gene regulation, chromosomal structure and organization, we don't know. Non-coding DNA types, amount, distribution, information content, and function, we don't know. The coordination of gene expression, synthesis of protein, okay, post translation event, we come, this is also challenge for the human genome project. Evolutionary conservation among the organism, how the organisms are evolving, that we have to find out by human genome project. Disease susceptibility prediction based on the gene sequence variation. If the change occur in the gene, so what type of diseases are caused? That is the challenge for so development of genetics and genomic. This is the future challenge for us. And this also there are some issues of concern regarding the human genome project. Ethicals, legal, and social issues of the human genome project, such as fairness in the use of genetic information. The genetic information have to convey properly privacy and confidentiality of genetic information. If the genetic survey, a human genome project, whatever information we are collecting or we are getting, privacy should be taken, confidentially it is kept. Psychological impact, stigmatization, discrimination. There are some reproductive issues occurred due to the human genome project. Clinical issues, clinical issues are also. So such type of health environment, commercialization product, education, quality control, patent issues, these all are related issues in the human genome project. So it is all about the human genome project. Thank you.